Hey guys, what is going on? It is Spherical here. We are back with Hunter x Hunter episode number 144. Yes, we're in the final stretch, the final week. In fact, I know you guys might be upset because we're done in 1 week, but I'm a little bit more upset because I might be done this tomorrow. If I think, depending on how much I can get recorded. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Because again, this is the 5th last episode of the show. Last time on, we again got our 4-man runoff in the election. We have our we have Killua still hiding something from Illumi. One last big rule here that clearly allows him to not apply to Rule 5. And also, correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't talk about it in the discussion, and I may very well be wrong on this, but as far as we've known so far, doesn't the person who make the requests also have to make the wish? Because, like, I feel like that was stated to where, for instance, in Subone's case, she fulfilled the 3 requests, therefore she would have had to make the wish, right? So, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but Killua didn't only disobey Rule 5, but he also disobeyed another rule. I think, again, I could be wrong on that, but I felt like we had learned somewhere. I mean, I guess that would fit under the same category as the same person can't make the wish twice, kind of. But maybe it wasn't explicitly stated that the person who fulfills the request has to be the one to fulfill the wish. That's just the way we've seen it happen so far, I guess. So maybe it's just, I'm assuming that, because that's how it's happened every time. But I definitely feel like somebody said that at some point. But regardless, I guess we'll find out. I feel like we're going to learn this last wish sometime this episode, or maybe next episode. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. Again, my number one priority right now, though, is healing Gon. They got to solve their shit here so they can go over to the hospital and heal Gon, because that's... yeah, that's kind of important. But anyways, I'm ready to get into the episode. So as always, the link is at the top of the description. It'll take you to Vimeo. You can watch the reaction highlight there, and then head back here afterwards for the post-episode discussion. With that out of the way, let's get into the episode. Alright guys, that was episode number 144, and man, I hate when they leave us on cliffhangers, because I want to discuss the results, but I can't because we didn't get the results. I guess I'll just make a prediction straight up. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win the Hunter election? I feel like, hear me out, Hunter x Hunter is a type of show that throws curveballs left and right, and it's just relentless. I feel like nobody is going to win the Hunter election. Yes. Nobody. Something weird is going to happen, or at least none of these 4. I just don't know why. It just doesn't feel like, I feel like there's going to be some twist. I don't know how that would make sense, but I don't know. You guys get what I'm saying? It's just a Hunter x Hunter thing. But if I did have to pick out of the 4, I'm going with Leorio. Partly because I want my initial call to be correct, but also because I genuinely think he has the best chance. Again, the tough thing is Barristan, again, it has his kind of groups in the association that will follow him no matter what. But Leorio, man, he's hopefully got all the votes from Cheadle and Mise Stom and pretty much a lot of other people. Basically what this comes down to is whether you want Barristan to win or you don't want Barristan to win. People aren't voting for Leorio because they want Leorio to win necessarily. I mean, I guess they are, but also there are a lot of people voting for Leorio who just simply don't want Barristan to win. And it's kind of funny because, well, it's not funny. It's actually interesting to see because that is actually genuinely how a lot of real world elections will go. Is if there is one person or a party that somebody hates enough, another party will get voted up simply because the first party, that people just don't like them that much. It's not that people necessarily like the second party, it's just that they don't want the first one to win. You know what I mean? Again, of course, Leorio does have a ton of votes just because he's a stand-up guy, right? sort of, he's just a normal dude. He wants to save Gon, and that resonates with the people. So Killua and Alluka are at the hospital. They got a lot of hunters keeping watch over the area. What happened? I feel like we're going to see it in a flashback with what happened with him and Illumi, because that wasn't finished. Illumi was like, hey, you're hiding something from me. What do and everything. But then that's where the episode ended, right? You know what? I'm going to go back and quickly look back just to be sure. Because they definitely were still in the middle of that little altercation when episode number 143 ended, right? Or am I just dumb? I'm just checking right now. Yeah, we definitely... Yeah, the last we saw of Killua and Illumi, Killua had said if you knew the last rule, you'd put the needle... Although, Illumi was walking away. Okay. Okay, never mind. I guess it looks like Illumi just left. I just kind of looked back. He did start turning and walking away. So I guess he'll just wait and figure out what happens later. Like, because I guess the main thing was Illumi was worried about the risk to Killua's to the Zoldycks. There is no risk now, so I guess in that sense he's just kind of done, and he just left. But he still does want to know that last rule, and so do I. What else? I didn't even write down anything from this episode. I'm just excited to see how this thing ends. So I'm gonna end this off here. As always, if you guys want early access, actually before I do that, vote in the fan vote that's up right now. If you're on Patreon, if you're on YouTube, then don't, because it's not up anymore. But again, we need to vote for 2 shows that'll be replacing Hunter x Hunter. The polls are up, or the first poll's up. Vote now. Go vote. The election is happening for the something chairman. Well, the election's also happening for the next 2 shows that'll be replacing Hunter x Hunter. So go now. Anyways, as always, if you guys want early access and or the full-length version of these reactions, click that link down in the description. It'll take you to patreon.com/sphericalfilms, and you can check that out there. But with all that out of the way, I do thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys all tomorrow with episode number 145. Until then, peace out.